Welcome to Politics of Deception. President Donald Trump's recent executive order, issued on March 25, 2025, seeks to overhaul the U.S. election procedures, including a provision that prohibits the use of ballots containing barcodes or QR codes.
A new executive order seeking sweeping changes to U.S. elections is set to face major legal hurdles. On Tuesday, President Trump signing an order that would require voters to provide proof of citizenship to register to vote in federal elections and require mail-in ballots be received by Election Day.
We got to straighten out our election.
This directive has major implications for states like Georgia, where QR codes are baked into the voting process. Let's break all this down. Trump's executive order mandates that ballots used in federal elections must not contain barcodes or QR codes. The stated goal: restoring trust in elections. But critics say this move plays into conspiracy theories, not actual evidence, about election fraud. Studies and audits have consistently found no widespread fraud linked to barcode or QR technology. So why target now? Georgia uses Dominion ballot making devices statewide. Here's how it works. Voters make their selections on a touchscreen. The machine prints a paper ballot with a human-readable summary and a barcode which is scanned to count the vote. Here's the catch. The summary, but the machine reads the QR code. Trump's executive order bans this exact setup, putting Georgia in a difficult position. Georgia recently spent over $100 million upgrading to this voting system. Replacing or modifying it would cost tens of millions of dollars more. And here's the kicker. In 2023, Secretary of State Brett Raffensperger asked for $25 million codes by 2026. The legislature said no. So now, Georgia faces a federal mandate it can't fund and doesn't have the time to implement before the next election. Legal challenges are inevitable. Election administration is a state power under the U.S. Constitution. Critics call this executive order an overreach. Expect lawsuits. In Georgia, officials like Raffensperger could say the order creates chaos, not clarity. Some Republicans may praise the move. Democrats will likely see it as election interference in disguise. Trump's order promises to eliminate deception, but banning QR codes without evidence they're unsafe adds confusion, not confidence. The ballots become more readable, but less countable. It's the illusion of security over the functionality. This is the heart of political misdirection, using fear to create change that may do more harm than good. Now let's head to Kansas. Lawmakers here are pushing legislation to block foreign influence in our elections. The spotlight is on Swiss billionaire Hazen-Georg Weiss, accused of using US-based nonprofits to fund progressive causes. Lawsuits from Kansas to Ohio claim Weiss has funneled millions into groups tied to voter registration and ballot initiatives, potentially violating federal laws that ban foreign election The legislature is drafting bills to limit nonprofit election funding. But here's the twist. While pointing fingers at progressive donors, the bills leave right-wing dark money untouched. Selective enforcement, not honest reform. Meanwhile, in Washington, another executive order number 14248 just changed the game. Trump's new directive expands the SAFE program, originally built to verify immigration status for public benefits. Now, it's being used to verify citizens in connection with elections. Under the order, states must cross-check their voter rolls with federal voter removals, all in the name of security. Now to Michigan, where things are heating up. The state's House Oversight Committee issued a subpoena to Secretary of State Jocelyn Benson. They want access to election communications, voter roll data, and more. But Benson has refused to comply, saying the request is politically motivated and too broad. Some lawmakers now want to pursue legal action or even hold her a contempt. Why it matters? Michigan is a swing state. Every move is under the microscope. The battle isn't just legal, it's symbolic. Transparency versus partisanship, oversight versus intimidation. And once again, the real issue is the noise. From Georgia QR codes to Kansas foreign funding fairs to federal citizenship verification to Michigan subpoena standoff, we're seeing a pattern. Power is being exercised not just to improve elections, but to control the narrative, to shape how people perceive the truth. That's the real politics of deception. So, as new headlines rolls in, ask yourself, are these policies about protecting democracy or managing perception? Thanks for watching. Stay sharp, stay skeptical, and stay informed. Thank you, and have a good day.